Morning, fam. I hope you're ready to get after it today. Last night I was trying to sleep and I woke up in the middle of the night for about 2 hours because I was so excited for everything that's going on and all the opportunity that's in this world today. It pumps me up, it gets me excited, and it makes it hard to rest sometimes. But we were back up at it again. Took me a little bit longer to wake up this morning, but we were up and around. It's 5:40. We're getting this thing rolling. Today, I want to get a little bit into fear and kind of bring up how that's such a crippling emotion that we have. It drives a lot of people's actions. I've been pretty active on Facebook Live lately, and yesterday I was talking a little bit about emotion, and we were touching on how it can really drive you to be reactive to a situation rather than figuring out what happened in the situation and acting appropriately through that. So kind of delve in a little deeper into fear, which I think is the most powerful emotion in life. I was reading a little bit of Lars Svensson last night, and he's got something called the culture of fear. And he quotes another philosopher when he says that an emotion totally changes the world. So, a secure person lives in a reliable world, and secure means that they're untroubled by fear, doubt, or vulnerability. And I'm going to tell you now that is some powerful truth. Doubt, you can never doubt yourself. You have to be strong and solid in who you are. Fear will delve super deep into this, but fear drives us in so many ways, and it actually, I think, hinders us in a lot of things. Vulnerability, man, to reach any level of greatness, you've got to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to accept that you're not the best at everything, that there are areas that you can improve, that you can learn, especially from your peers, whether that be people that you hold in high regard because they're a mentor for you because they've been super successful, or if it's somebody just coming up in the game that, they may have only been studying something for a week, a day, but they can still bring some powerful knowledge nuggets into any conversation. So you have to be vulnerable to realize when you got to set your ego aside and really soak up what's in front of you. But I'll go back on, so he's saying secure means untroubled by fear, doubt, or vulnerability, while the insecure person lives in a world that at any time can turn against him, where the basis of his existence at any time can be pulled from underneath of his feet. That's some pretty powerful stuff. And, I'm going to call y'all out right now. If you're not where you want to be, everybody hates to think that they're insecure. You're insecure. Like, if you're not taking the steps you need to get to where you want to be, because if there's any because there, you're insecure because you're using that as a fear. And we'll delve a little bit deeper into that. But I want you really to open your mind now. I mean, I'm no one to sit here and tell anyone else like what they're doing with their life is right or wrong or anything. I'm learning just as much as anyone else is. I think that what's helped me to become successful is I'm working my ass off day in, day out. And I'm opening my mind. I want to learn. Like, I want to soak up everything I can. So don't think that I'm telling you that you don't know what you're talking about or anything like that. That's not it at all. I just want to share a little bit of what has worked for me and what I'm learning, because it's so exciting that I can't hold it in. Lars, in another point, he says that in fear, we are met by something outside of ourselves, but what we meet is a negotiation of ourselves. So let's break that down, because that's huge, right? Fear is not within us. Fear is something outside of here. So, a lot of people, shoot, I'm afraid of the heights. Yeah, it's true. I hate them. Scares the ever-living crap out of me. Now, when I face them, it's exhilarating. It's great. But it's not the actual height itself. It's what my mind starts thinking about may happen when I'm at that level. And I can't allow that to control me in situations, because that's exactly what it does. If any of y'all have a fear of heights or spiders or insects, or if you're afraid of the dark, if you're afraid of hard work, I don't know what it is. But there's a reason that you have that fear, and you've got to dig into that and figure out what that is. I'm willing to accept failure on all levels. And I think that's what allows me to push through most situations and examine myself. If we're allowing something from the outside negotiate who we are, we're giving that power of negotiation if it's winning over us, if it's holding us back from doing something that we love or we want to do. So I want to challenge you to make sure that the next time you get some outside influence coming into your life that is trying to tell you who to be or what to do, that you push back and you gain more and more ground each time you come up on that. There's another thing that he says in there, and he's quoting when he says that our human frailty means that we have more to flee from than to strive for. That's insane. But it's so true. Like, if you're afraid and it's crippling you and you're afraid to move, like, that all goes back to you having so much here that you don't want to lose. You're holding on to what you have here. But that's a small piece of the pie. It's like when you're a kid and your mom gives you a little cut of cake and puts it on your plate, but you see that big old pie over there and you're like, I don't want this, I want that. And you forget about what you have here. That's what we have to do. We have to be ignorant like children. Because then we see what's out there and we will do anything to go for it. And if we can't get to it, we're going to say, no, I want that. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do what I have to do to get that. Think about how many times you got in trouble as a child because you didn't listen to your parents say no. I know I did. Shoot, I was probably not an easy child to parent because I'm very headstrong. I know what I want and I'm going to go after it. That's so true, though, that our frailty means that we have more here than we do to strive for. But that's something that's in our minds, because it's not reality, right? I mean, none of us have more in this pocket than it's out there. Not even Warren Buffett, not even Mark Cuban, and he knows that. That's why they're reaching for more. They're not holding on to this to try to say, oh, nope, I don't want to lose any of this to go get more. They're willing to lose what they have to get more. And that's why they're successful. I think that speaks to a lot of my generation, the millennials. A lot of people in my generation have been raised with a lot here, right? A lot at their fingertips. And especially when someone's raised with, whether that be money, resources, a great family that has provided them with a lot. I've been very blessed growing up. But I still had to work my tail off, and I always push for more and more and more. And that's what allows me to see what's out there. So I want to challenge you, if you've ever been called entitled, to figure out, are you trying to hold on to something or do you want more? Now we're getting up on a lot of time here, so I kind of want to move on this. And the last thing that I wanted to close on this with was Marianne Williamson. She has, call it a poem, a reading, whatever you want. It's called Our Deepest Fear. And if you've watched Coach Carter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this just gets me fired up because I love this piece. She says our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Not that we're worried that we don't have enough to succeed. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Powerful beyond measure. Meaning we don't know how powerful we are. That's huge. We're afraid because we don't know how good we can be. So instead, we make excuses saying, well, this is holding me back, or this is holding me back, or, I can't do this because my boss is on my back, or I can't do this because I don't have enough resources, or I can't do this because, I'm not strong enough. I'm going to call you out right now and say you have what you need. It may not be the most efficient way to get it done, but you can still get it done. Let's just go back to this. Let's go back to this. This is so good here. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Society is continuing to tell us, you need this, and you need this, and you need this to be fabulous. You need this to be gorgeous. No! Get that out of your head. There's so many people that I know, that I meet, that don't think they're good enough, and that's a bunch of rubbish. Like, it's crap. You're good enough. You're better than you think you are, and you know it. Deep down, you know you can do better. You're just in this comfort zone. Get out of it. I'm telling you, you can do it. You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. That means there's more for you than what you're giving yourself credit for. Your potential is here, but you're here. Right? So all the people between here, yeah, you're helping these people. But look at all of these that you should be helping. You're not serving the world if you're helping this many. Because you could be helping this many. Come on. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Nothing enlightened about that. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. That's no lie, it's in all of us. And as we let our own light shine, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. This goes right back to what she was saying earlier, where there's nothing enlightened about shrinking to help other people feel better about themselves. As we let our own light shine, and you do the best you can, you motivate other people to do the same. And it closes out in this is the perfect summary here. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. As we're freed from our own fears, just being around other people will free them as well. I mean, it's the same idea as a smile is contagious. We've all heard that, and you know it's true. Because if someone's nice to you and smiles in the day, it can be a complete stranger. It lifts you up. It's like that pay it forward at Starbucks, right? Or at McDonald's. Somebody pays for your meal, you feel like doing it for the person next to you. Call it karma. Call it, good vibes, I don't care what you call it. You forgetting about yourself and liberating yourself from fear is automatically liberating other people. That's all I got today. Sorry I was a little long-winded. I have a tendency to do that. I'm going to work on that. But really delve into what fears hold you back. Dive into why you wake up every day and where you want to go, what you want to be. And those excuses will automatically flood your head. Start writing them down. Write down what those excuses are. Then write down how you're going to overcome them. That's what I want you to do. Put it in the comments. Write down what it is, that the fears that you have and how you're going to overcome them. Write down your goals. Let's hold each other accountable. You know, that's all I got. I feel like I've said that 5 times. I'm just so excited to be here and sharing stuff that I'm learning, because it's helping my life in many ways. And I hope it can help yours. If there are things that you would like for me to try to touch on, I'm not saying that I'm going to be able to cover it perfectly. But if you have ideas and things you want to see, let me know. Feel free to shoot me an email. Hit me up on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Instagram. I'll throw all that stuff down in the description. I'm happy to hear. Let's build this community and work together to change this world. Thanks, y'all. Get after it today.